Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. I thank you, Dr. Alim, inviting me for the second time for this Congress, Project Management Congress. I'm thankful to all the staff members and the Skyline University members who have proposed my name for this conference for the presentation. Thank you all. Yes, I wanted to present today on project leadership in the challenging times or in the dynamic world. Most of the presentations, since I was here since afternoon, I have seen it mostly on the techno-commercial point of view, but you see that this presentation is mostly on the macro level, external side of the project management, and from the people side mostly, not through that of technical side, but how much it is important you see it after the presentation or in between the presentation. The people side, which is more weightage than the technical side. This is what I wanted to prove it today in the presentation, and how and why, where, when, which, and all sort of these things, in spite of having all the technology what we have it in these centuries. Most recently from the past 20 years, we have abundant, IT and communication technology have never seen before in the history of the world. So we have about 45% of the internet available for the whole world out of 7.4 billion population. 1.3 billion people are now having speed internet. And there are many things like which is happening now in this world because of the communication and technology advancement. So where we are standing and what is the role of the project leadership? Project leadership is something which is bigger than the project manager and project leader. So what role it's playing and how far it is successful. I have a small case also from one of the public government side of the United States, and I'll show you how much out of $600 billion the US government spent from the past 10 years in the e-government sector and how much they were successful. You'll be shocked with the figures. 60% were incomplete, 40 to 50% were incomplete, only 20% were complete, and 30% were failed. Completely failed, scrapped out of $600 billion in the e-government. So when they found out, it was published recently in the recent 2016 by the World Bank data. So they have shown that what is the main reasons? It's a project leadership problem. Project leadership problem. So this is what I wanted to concentrate, and my presentation is like this. First, I wanted to introduce what exactly is the project leadership, then project leader, and then I want to move on to the three important pillars of project leadership from the human side, which I feel that technical side, which is most important, teams, the number one. Second one is dealing with the difference. Third one, politics, influence, tactics, and strategies, how it is played in the project management. So on these areas, I wanted to highlight it. And we have done a little bit of survey and research on the UAE on the leadership and project management. And those surveys also, I can conclude here, which shows that with about 700 surveys, which I did it with the help of the students from the projects and the leadership. And that survey highlights I also throw you here, along with that, some findings and some very important, the summary. So at the end, yeah, you can see that 8.8 billion people use the YouTube every day. 4.5 billion people use the Google search. 207 billion people use the YouTube every day. Not the people, they do the YouTube search. People are 7.4 billion, but 207 billion search goes on the YouTube. We have abundance of technology. So where is the fault then? Project leadership. So project leadership must take advantage of this rapid technological change to make the world prosperous and inclusive. This is what is very important. So leading the project in the wider business is a project leadership. in the wider business, which includes aligning the organizational strategy. It's not just completing the project, but aligning to the organizational strategy. Basically, how it aligns is impact on the project comes from the external sector, from the globalization, from the global. First comes from the global, then the country, then the region, then the state, then the city, then the sector, then the organization, then the department, then the team, then to the individual. So it's all about a circle inside. So the external sector, it impacts to the individual. So what are the different factors that impacts to the individual? So culture is very important, which contributes to the performance and improvement of the project and the teams and employees. Decision making and judgment calls, which is very important.